Against another teacher.
Teacher accused of abusing a student has given birth to a baby fathered by her young victim.
If you're a man, doesn't it feel like society constantly villainizes you while women get away with anything? The data proves you right. Female offenders are exploding at an alarming rate, and yet nobody is talking about why. That's why today we're exploring why this is happening, what led up to this crisis, and the truth about female teachers that nobody wants to talk about. The truth is, while men get maximum sentences for the same crimes, women are often let off on probation claiming
Now, see, this issue about this double standard shit. Like, I don't know, our society have made in a sense that they perceive men as if men are villain, as if men are what? As if we are different creatures. But the fact is that if you find a man who of what, whether it's have abused a child at school, the penalty is very high, or whether a man is in a relationship with a minor, it is very high. But when it is being done by a female, although most times when you see that a man, a boy 17, 16, 15 is in a relationship with what, with an older lady, it's all nice, most are laughing and true, but at the same time it's abuse. Well, they get off this thing, what, easy charges, because mostly like society have made it in a sense that like they made it say like women as if they are fragile. They are not. They are as capable as men. Just because they're not stronger does not mean they're not. Because I have this belief. Any Homo sapien who can think is dangerous. It's fucking dangerous, bro. You see, they have to start treating these offenders. What? They have to start treating them the same way they treat men who commit the same crime, bro. Well, this is disheartening. Just look at this.
victimhood, misogyny, and even romance.
I'm not a predator. I'm not a sex offender. I'm not a threat or a danger to anyone.
Yet more and more young female teachers are throwing their lives away for illegal thrills. And the reason is way worse than you think. Because one thing is clear, this is a crisis. And the data shows that if something doesn't change, we might never recover. This is why. Listen, I'll say the quiet part out loud that nobody wants to say. Society loves female predators, and that's why women can go to school in body contour dresses to be in front of a bunch of middle and high school students. It's why female teachers who groom and sleep with underage boys simply get called an affair by the media and forgotten about the next day. It's why most of the time they get a slap on the wrist compared to the same crimes committed by men. Why the internet labels young male victims as lucky. And why US courts even ordered the underage victims to pay child support to their predators who got pregnant. And I'll get to all of this in a bit, but let's hit the hard facts first, because this isn't a fringe conspiracy. It's a documented epidemic eroding our society, and the consequences are astronomical. US Department of Education data shows sexual violence reports in K-12 jumped 55% from just under 10,000 in 2015 to 2016 to 15,000 in 2017 to 2018, with assault and attempted assault up a staggering 99%. Fast forward to 2022, 350 educators arrested for assaults against their students, a sharp rise from pre-pandemic levels. And here's the twist nobody talks about. Females now make up almost half of those predators, a massive surge from under 10% historically. But people are asking, is it really because there's more female predators, or are more men simply coming forward? The answer is more complicated than you might think.
The years of sexual abuse he says he suffered at the hands of a teacher.
Just because I'm a man doesn't mean that it should be shunned away, because I was a child. I wasn't a man. I was a boy.
And unfortunately, it is shunned away. A recent Psychiatric Times article
You see, the way society treat men, like they always say this, like, so you were assaulted by, you were abused, so she opened you up, you had all these things. Are you sure you didn't have fun? You see, the way they paint it as if men are what, like as if we are being, men are controlled by their lust. Look at that young guy. Like sometimes some men go through this shit, some young boys go through this shit, but they can't voice it out because people are going to laugh at them. They say, but you enjoyed yourself. Why are you complaining? But you don't get this shit. No matter how you see it, he's still a young guy, he's still developing. The lady can what? Manipulate him, can groom him, and here's the fun thing. Here's the funny part. He can threaten the guy. I can destroy your grades. Huh? You see, every time I watch this kind of thing, it just goes to show that society of what, have made it in the sense that women, a lot of these women predators get away with what, with all this foul shit, and and it baffles me. It was baffles me like if this is committed by a man, you need to it's an offender. But when it's a woman, no, I'm in love. I am that. I'm not an offender. You start crying. Like right now, the most useless thing I will see, like any woman victim, when they are called, you start crying. Like, automatically, like you want to gain your sympathy. To me, this is foul and it has to stop. But no, oh,
shines light on the phenomenon, citing that women account for fewer than 10% of all arrests made for sexual offenses. It's strongly suspected that this figure represents an underestimate of the actual numbers of crimes that occur. For example, 60 to 80% of men who faced this type of abuse during their childhood identified a female perpetrator. Female abusers typically have a history of substance abuse and they often commit the crimes in their 20s and 30s. In America, an average of 1 in 10 kids faces educator sexual misconduct. That's over 4.5 million US students. But underreporting is rampant. Only 10% of victims come forward thanks to shame, threats, or just disbelief, especially when the perp is a quote-unquote nurturing woman. So what is driving this? Let's pull back the curtain on some of these cases and see if we can notice patterns. I've dug into 2020 to 2026 cases focusing on female surges and uncovered a lot of evidence. Case number 1 is Naomi Takea Craig, a 33-year-old married music teacher in Mandurah, Australia. From August 2024 to December 2025, she assaulted her 12-year-old student at Frederick Irwin Anglican School in multiple locations, and she even made illegal videos of the act. The shocker here is that she gave birth on January 8th, 2026 to the boy's baby, and DNA confirmed it. Her husband thought that
12-year-old. Forget about the guy being able to get her pregnant. 12-year-old. You are assaulting a 12-year-old. What does the guy know? Like, and if this guy talk, you say it's lie. You say, how can this happen? And what happened to her? What fucking happened to her? Tell me, bro. Like,
the child was his the whole time. Meanwhile, the boy's friends noticed how he shifted from talking about sports to more sensitive personal topics. She pleaded guilty to 15 charges in January of 2026, with sentencing set for March 27th of this year. To date, there's still no jail time, and media frames it as an illegitimate affair or relationship.
now you see this shit. Now you see this shit. This is what I'm talking about. If this was a man, oh, pop, he's gone. He's fucking sentenced. But it's a lady, nothing. There's no jail time is there. I had sex with a 12-year-old boy, and what happened to her? Nothing. I can see the way society continue to treat men, the way you continue to treat them. This is goes to show you. Look at his abuse. You see, to me, I feel like, as they said, someone once said, if child offenders are caught, child perpetrators are caught, there's one thing we have to do. Fucking what? Setting them to life, bro. That execute them. Like I said, we don't care gender, but no. Right.
Just imagine if the roles reversed and a 33-year-old male teacher had done the exact same thing. Well, we don't have to guess. Joshua Wiebe in Groesbeck, Texas at 33, the same age as Naomi, did this exact crime but reversed. He was sentenced April 2025 to life without parole plus 100 years on top of that, and rightfully so. But I'm betting if Naomi gets any time at all, it'll be nothing compared to this. Case
So what's the difference between Naomi and this guy? Because yes, Joshua because Joshua is a man and Naomi is a lady. They all committed the same crime. But to this day, Naomi is working out. She's said all day. There's no fucking what sentence on here. Like society, society try to portray that as if women are defenseless, as if they are not harmful. And we have to change. They are harmful as men. And this just goes to show sometimes when you find men treated, sometimes it just boils to baffle. Like when you see women going through some shit, you don't help them out because let's look at
Number 2 is McKenna Kindred, a teacher at Central Valley High School in Washington back in 2022. She got inappropriate with a 17-year-old boy, started with private messages, and then escalated to a quote-unquote marathon session at her home while her husband was away. She pleaded guilty in March 2024. 2 years of probation, a fine, an S-offender registry, but no prison time at all. She surrendered her license, stayed married, and moved to Idaho like nothing ever happened.
I understand the gravity of my actions and the harm they have caused, and I take full responsibility for them. I know that this past year has been incredibly difficult for all involved. As a result of my actions, I've lost my career,
No, what they said? Former teacher guilty of sexual misconduct. If it was a guy, a sex offender, like sexual assault on a 70-year-old girl, have you seen how that portrayed it as if it's nothing? As if what the child, as if the 70-year-old boy have to be happy because because he got sexual with a lady. What the fuck do you mean? No, why is it probation?
Valuable friendships, freedoms, and have let down countless people who have placed their trust in me.
This is a perfect example of how in America you can be the worst of predators, but if you're a pretty woman and do a bit of fake crying, you can escape 100% of your jail time, move to another state, and live your life basically unaffected. But when you look at comparable cases of the exact same crimes just committed by men, at least 4 to 10 years of prison and a minimum of 10 years probation. If women want equal rights, then why?
This is actually kind of crazy. This is your brain on normal music. Jumping between tasks, losing momentum, and
Why doesn't the state enforce equal justice? This
Yes, that's stupid shit. Equal right, equal this, equal right. Not is equal. The way equal shit is that they have the mouth to talk shit. Yes. The fact that the country itself, what is condoning this behavior goes to show that country doesn't give a fuck about men. Yes. You see? No, my question is, why do you men care? You see, what right now men are waking up. This case are here to remind men that they didn't care about you, bro. As they said, a man, you are the only person that loves you unconditionally is your mom. Nobody loves you. Nobody fucking love you, bro. You're by your own. That is why every time I always find this case funny. Like anytime I watch a fucking disaster is happening. First of all, children, elder people and children first. No, it's children, women, the old and young, the old before they come to men. As if men are no human beings. And what baffles me that all these fucking regulations that are kept in place, they didn't keep in place by fucking men too. Fucking men. The fact that you guys you don't care for fellow men, no. The fact that the state, like you make that is why women can go around accusing people of rape and shit, and the two girls got free because a case like this, which we have seen, there's evidence. That is because he's crying doesn't mean shit. Of course, you're remorseful, but you have to go to jail. You have to go to the prison. You have to feel what? You have to feel the consequences. But no, it's supposed to slap on a racist is gone. You didn't give a fuck, bro.
raging double standard becomes even more apparent when Matt Murphy, a former prosecutor, commented on this case in Predators in 2024.
I can tell you from personal experience in dealing with these cases over and over again as a prosecutor, sex offenders, especially sexual predators, do not get better. All the therapy in the world does not help them.
Okay, so male predators can never change and they all need to be held accountable. Fair, I think we can all agree. But in the same breath, he says this.
Now, this situation may be a little bit different because of the circumstances. This woman, I can't imagine her marriage was exactly great. Whether she is an actual sexual predator or not, or whether this was a one-off is open for debate.
Just look at how the tone shifts.
No,
as soon
nigga, are you both fucking brainwash or what? Tell me, did they brainwash people or what? Like you say what? If it's a man, no, they can't change. They can't fucking change. But if it's a woman now, no, there's something wrong with her. Maybe she's mentally ill. Maybe her mind was not going well. So what about the fucking man, bro? yo, yo, most when I begin to watch these videos and I'm making this kind of reaction, I begin to see that no, no. Nobody actually care about men, no, because it's like when a man stabs somebody, he's a murderer. When a woman stabs somebody, now maybe the circumstance, maybe she was stressed, she was mentally disabled, she could not think well. Because you are finding excuses for what? For evidence that can be presented, bro.
as it's about a woman. All of a sudden it's her circumstances and her bad marriage, insinuating it might even be her husband's fault somehow. Male simps are what keep this alive, and it becomes even more apparent when the husband came out to her defense. Quote, As McKenna's husband, it has been a challenging year full of uncertainty. However, McKenna's remorse for her actions is the one thing that is certain. Where most would give up under pressure and guilt, McKenna has channeled that remorse into facing her mistakes, actively seeking the help she needs, and regularly working to rise above it all. This has become apparent to me through our continued professional counseling as we work through and address the underlying issues that contributed to this situation. We are both determined to emerge from this experience as stronger and more resilient spouses and members of society. And then he goes on to compile a florilegia about how amazing his wife actually is. Now let's bring in one of the most sickening cases. Christina Formello.
My guy, of course he's going to support his wife. He will support his wife. That one, he's going to support his wife. And that man is somebody is a simple. Of course, he's going to fucking support his wife. Like, what do you mean?
A 30-year-old former special education teacher and soccer coach at Downers Grove South High School at Illinois. She groomed a 15-year-old male student starting when she was just engaging in over 50 acts from January 2023 to August or September of 2024, including more than 45 times right in the classroom and multiple times at her home. The boy's mother discovered explicit texts like, "I love having S with you," in March of 2025, which led to her arrest during a traffic stop. Now, what's even more disturbing is that Formella allegedly used her authority as a tutor and a coach for what she called quote-unquote mentoring sessions that quickly turned sexual, fitting the boundary-blurring pattern that we see in almost all of the female cases. Prosecutors claim she planned to defraud her husband's family for millions and flee the country with the teen, highlighting those quote-unquote forbidden thrill psychological motives that drive so many of these women, and you'll see why in a bit. She was denied pretrial detention twice and was released practically scot-free with light conditions. No school entry, no contact, she resigned and surrendered her license, but no jail yet. Her family even came out claiming, quote, misogyny and gender persecution in July of 2025, downplaying this incident as a simple affair. Now there's dozens and dozens and dozens more of these cases that have been coming out over the past few months, but
It's sickness, bro. This is fucking sickness. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's appalling that what the fucking judicial system what a fucking what they're giving this woman wings because at the end of the day, what they're never getting sentenced, bro. So what giving up their licenses? But why is it a court? But why it is a man? Well, this lady, she, she was ready what to fraud her husband, a family of money, and elope with the child and go away with the child, bro, because she has groomed the child into what? Into yeah, she have molded the child to whatever he wants. And you people say with this person as harmless? Yo, you know what? Fuck all yo, fuck no, you know what? Fuck the judicial system. I want to say fuck all of you. But you see what this thing have to stop. Double standard this, double standard that. Eh, if it's a lady, it's a mental issue. If it's a man, lady is crazy. You have to be put down. If it's a lady, no, you have to cuddle her. You have to make sure that she's taken care of. That way she won't go crazy. If it's a man, put your face in check. You see, this boils down to the fact that instinctively, deep down, you people see men as if no, fuck men out of this thing. You people see women as if they're helpless chickens, as if they can't think, as if they can't commit no crime. Over and over again, what baffles me is that the evidence, there's evidence. You have seen the evidence, but what is happening is that just because they're crying, just because they're ladies, you can't send them to prison. You're letting them walk around freely. Sexual offenders walking around, hovering around, purple skates. I think this is right. It's never right, bro. It is wrong. This is the highest level of wrong, bro. It has to stop. Look at me say it's not stop because they're empowering them. But there's one you have to see. If it's done the first time and that nothing happened to them, that means the next time they have to be more smarter.
These cases all connect on key patterns. On the surface, they are all seemingly normal and unsuspecting young women with no past criminal records using their authority for control and often getting lenient outcomes like probation compared to male severe jail time. And we'll get to that, but the fact is these videos take weeks to produce each, and I'm currently a one-man team, but luckily the supporters over at buymeacoffee.com/lungsoffaith help make these videos possible, so if you like these videos, please consider donating over there. And something new that I'm doing is supporters at $50 a month plus are credited as producers with real input on future topics. Back to the plot. The gender bias in sentencing is well documented. Females often receive lighter penalties due to stereotypes portraying them as, quote, less threatening or stressed out, while males face harsher jail terms for similar offenses. In 2020 to 2026 cases, females convicted of student assault got probation or short sentences in 60 to 80% of high-profile instances, versus males averaging 2 to 20 years. It says that the mean sentencing length for offenders was significantly different for male educators than for female.
You know what? To be clear, to be fucking clear, they're right. They're fucking right. The least are harmless. That is going through mental stress. The man, as a man, is supposed to keep emotion in check. You're supposed to think right. You must not go around doing this thing. They have to go. They have to go at 20 years in prison. That is it. The men have to be put down. The ladies have to be free. Let them be free out. Let them be free out there. Why spread the news? Because society is saying that they are harmless. They say that they are going to mental stress. You see right now, I'm thinking what it is true. This is they're fucking harmless, bro. Let them be free. Let them be around kids. Let them do whatever they want. At the end of the day, what will happen? The, the fucking assault the case, nothing much. That guys too, they like it. So what is it to complain about? Nothing. So and being said, you guys are actually right. Let it be. Punish the guys and let the female offenders out there. You see, as it is going on, it is when they'll find out that they've assaulted so when they'll find out that a female offender have assaulted a kid, killing the person in the process. That's what they understand. That's because some fake ass tears. You guys believe that what they're innocent. Believe that what they're going through shit. They're not going through nothing. As the rifle said, a sexual offender can never change. You know what you guys are saying? How would they fucking change, bro? You know what? I am pissed. I'm very pissed. If I continue this video, I'll start cursing. I'll fucking curse, bro. I want to curse right now. I'm holding myself back. So once again, I'll put a link to this full video. Go there and watch the whole shit. Right now, I need my what? I need my mental health. My mental health is important to me. You know what? That right too. So see you guys later. If you like the video, like, comment. I'll put a link for this whole video. Go and watch it. See you.